Thanks very much. It's great to see so many folks out here. I think my crowd estimate is around 100,000 people, I might have to say, turned out on Monday. And it's a tremendous day to be here with all of you. This is a crowd, and the Archbishop, I think, would make that point. He was on with me earlier today, that anybody, except maybe the current administration, some folks there, and some folks in the media, my profession, and I say that, I am a card-carrying member of the media, different kind of media though, with talk radio, should feel at home today. But today is not only the second anniversary of Obamacare, today is also the day in which Patrick Henry said the immortal words, "But for me, give me liberty, or give me that." Absolutely. 1775, Patrick Henry. Do you think George Washington, who the lawyers for Obamacare, I just had on the attorney today who is going to be arguing, or has argued up to the Supreme Court level, which starts on Monday. I don't think the attorneys, I don't think that George Washington would think that he would be used today as the argument to take away individual liberty and individual choice. They're going to be citing Washington saying that people had to be in a militia right after the founding of the country to say that the mandates that we're facing now, and there will be more of them to come, are constitutional. A couple of things. If you listen to me on 1210 AM radio, or you listen to talk radio at all, thank you. Please continue on. I only have 5 minutes, but you can spend them all doing that. You'll hear people calling in, and I like to call it the knots. How many times do we have to say, it's not about contraception? It is not a war on women. All the women out here who, by my take, might be the majority. We're not at war with you. We love women. I have a mom. I have sisters, 5 of them. All from South Philly, from King of Peace. We would be at war with women. It's not even about the Catholic Church. It's not about the bishops. What it is about is not even about religious liberty. It's about liberty overall. I was the other night with Pam Tebow, Tim Tebow's mom. And this was at the height of the trade situation about where he was going to go. You don't want to get in the road of Mrs. Tebow if you saw that Super Bowl ad. She is pretty tough. And she said, you know, I can take comments about his throwing motion, but when people on ESPN say, the polarizing Tim Tebow, what the heck has Tim Tebow ever done to polarize anyone except bring sick kids from around the country on his own dime to Denver, to work with them, to throw the football to them, to talk with them after he beat the Steelers or after he lost? How in the world is Tim Tebow a polarizing figure? Well, he is, sadly, to too many people, some of them in the elite media, I'm in the real media, talk radio, who don't get and wouldn't connect. I'm seeing so many American flags here. That'd be the first thing. There'd be chills. Now, you can't be mixing the American flag here with talk of religion at Independence Hall. Where are the gendarmes? Somebody stop these maniacs. I would see the flags across here. Wow, even more than I thought. Absolutely. So, Pam Tebow's mom, I think, hit it best. And the Archbishop, in his new ebook, I was kidding him about being the author of an ebook today, talked about what he thinks, and he actually used the word, is open hostility to faith, to matters of faith. I would encapsulate it, I'm sorry to say, with some of the, shall we say, Catholics that are in this administration or in power, who every time they speak the talking point, and we try to call them on it, they say we are honoring freedom of worship. But once you go outside that pew, Nancy Pelosi has divines, this scholar, that, thank you very much for that response. This side of the room hadn't responded yet, thank you. That, along with the writings of Thomas Aquinas, which he divined on national TV, that somehow or another, once you get outside the pew, there's like a wall there, you cross over the other side, you're not even outside the church yet, just don't get outside. Your religious rights end there, and that's where they're putting this dispute. Also, I've never been involved in a dispute with my wife or anybody else, marital dispute, in which I say, here's my compromise, Terrell, my wife. And she says, I didn't compromise on this. Yeah, but I'm compromising, so I'm telling you it's a compromise. Now, on the other side of it, when she says that, it is a compromise. I have to live with it. My point being, the bishops will tell us when it's a compromise, when it is not a compromise. And so far, we haven't arrived there. I just want to tell you that Monday morning, I will try to bring back the spirit that I see here today, the speakers, and that this is a long battle, and that I'm trying to be as bipartisan as I can about this. The mistake that was made, once you have the individual mandate, which I believe will be overturned, you can mandate anything. My hope is that it is, because if not, the worst is yet to come. And we know one of the most sacred rights we all have, and thanks, I believe, to the wisdom of some legislators just this last week, we all have the right to vote legally and once. I'm saying that in downtown Philadelphia. Enough said on that front. So thank you all. Please be energized. Continue this. Realize you do have friends in the media. You do have people that get this. You do have people that are supportive. And you do have people that say there's no better crowd to be with than the crowd I'm with today. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.